Prince Charles received a warm welcome in Brixton, South London, on Thursday, when he met a few young entrepreneurs being supported by his organisation, the Prince's Trust. Among the royal fans waiting for him outside a NatWest branch in the borough, one inquired about the health condition of the Queen. The Prince of Wales promptly gave a reassuring answer, as reported by royal correspondents on the scene. Amid the noisy crowd, Prince Charles appeared to reply, "She is doing well." This comes as the Queen is understood to be resting at Windsor Castle in accordance with her doctor's advice. Concerns for Her Majesty's health state first arose on October 20, after Buckingham Palace announced the Queen had cancelled a planned 2-day trip to Northern Ireland, and was following her medical team's advice to rest for a few days. It later emerged the sovereign had spent a night at King Edward VII Hospital where she underwent preliminary tests, the nature and results of which were not disclosed. On the following week, the palace updated the public again on the Queen's health state, saying she was continuing to rest at Windsor Castle and had regretfully agreed not to take part in person in the evening reception at COP26, the ongoing climate change summit in Glasgow. However, she recorded a powerful video message for world leaders and decision-makers, urging them to rise above the politics of the moment and take significant steps for the sake of future generations. In a new update, the palace told the public the Queen would continue to perform only light at least until November 13, implying she will miss the Festival of Remembrance. However, the Queen let known she had the firm intention to take part in the National Service of Remembrance on Sunday, the most sacred duty in her royal diary as the head of the armed forces. Over the past few weeks, the monarch carried out some light-duty desk, including dealing with the government's red boxes. She also hosted a few virtual audiences while remaining at her Berkshire residence. And yesterday Her Majesty was well enough to preside over a Privy Council meeting of some of her government ministers via video link, once again from Windsor Castle. The Queen was spotted in public on a few occasions since she started her period of rest. Earlier this month, she was spotted wearing a headscarf and glasses while driving on the grounds of Windsor Castle. And last Thursday she was helicoptered to Sandringham, where she reportedly spent a long weekend visiting her estate and speaking to various members of the staff. Her visit took place after it was claimed the monarch has the intention to celebrate Christmas with her extended family in Norfolk, as the royal family has done since the 1980s with the exception of last year. Prince Charles didn't mention just the Queen during this morning's visit to London. In a meeting with magician Chris Wall, the Prince of Wales was asked to pick a name, number and colour and take part in a magic trick. And the royal named George, 12 and blue. George is the name of Charles's first grandson and third in line to the throne. But it was also the name chosen by his grandfather and great-grandfather upon acceding to the throne. Another entrepreneur met by Charles during his visit was Keisha East of No Knots Co., who spoke to the Prince about her environmental-friendly hair tools range. Charles isn't the only member of the royal family on duty today. His wife Camilla attended the opening of the 93rd Field of Remembrance at Westminster Abbey. And Sophie, Countess of Wessex, attended an armistice service and a parade in Bedworth. Jason Knauf, the former head of communications of Meghan and Prince Harry, claimed in a written witness statement the Duchess of Sussex had lost confidence her estranged father would respect the privacy of her communication. In his written evidence, Mr. Knauf claimed Meghan had indicated in text messages to him in August 2018 she recognized the possibility her father would make the letter public. Mr. Knauf also claimed Meghan had told him the catalyst for penning her letter to Mr. Markle was seeing how much pain this is causing her husband Prince Harry. The Duchess said she was writing the letter in part to allow the Duke to demonstrate to his family that some action was being taken by the couple to stop Mr. Markle from continuing to engage with the media. She added that while unlikely perhaps it will also give my father a moment to pause. Mr. Knauf added, she asked me to review the text of the letter, saying obviously everything I have drafted is with the understanding that it could be leaked, so I have been meticulous in my word choice, but please do let me know if anything stands out for you as a liability. He added, on the specific issue of the letter, the Duchess indicated in messages to me that she recognized that it was possible that Mr. Markle would make the letter public. She wanted to write a letter rather than an email or text message. Other options she had considered and discussed with senior royal household staff, as a letter could not be forwarded or cut and pasted to only share one small portion. As part of a series of messages on the 24th of August, 2018, she explained that she had given careful thought to how to prevent the letter being leaked in part or in a misleading way. In the event that it was leaked, she wanted the full narrative as set out in the letter to be understood and shared. She said she had toiled over every detail which could be manipulated. In texts read out in court, the Duchess allegedly told Mr. Knauf, "Honestly, Jason, I feel fantastic. Cathartic and real and honest and factual. If he, Thomas Markle, leaks it, that's on his conscience, but at least the world will know the truth. Words I could never voice publicly." Meghan also allegedly wrote to Mr. Knauf the letter was simply an appeal for peace and a reminder of what's actually happened. In his written evidence, Mr. Knauf also claimed the Duchess had asked whether she should call her father Daddy in her letter. He said, she also asked a specific question regarding addressing Mr. Markle as Daddy in the letter, saying, "Given I've only ever called him Daddy, it may make sense to open as such, despite him being less than paternal, and in the unfortunate event that it leaked, it would pull at the heartstrings." Meghan also wrote a witness statement rebutting the evidence given by Mr. Knauf, who worked as her aide from the moment she joined the royal household to March 2019. The Duchess said in her statement she had decided to write the letter to Mr. Markle following discussions with unnamed senior members of the royal family in August 2018. Mr. Knauf, she said, was not privy to these conversations. She also stressed she did not think her father would leak the letter as it would show him in a bad light. She said, "The proposition that saying that I recognized that it was possible that my father would leak the letter, albeit unlikely, is the same as saying that I thought it likely that he would do so is, I would suggest, absurd." The Duchess said the text exchange showed she went to considerable lengths to ensure that the letter only went to my father. She also said she was eager to please the royal family, which at the time she had recently joined by marrying Prince Harry in May 2018. She added she was especially sensitive to their concerns about her father's public attacks on them. Meghan claimed some royals had suggested she fly out to see her father in person, but she believed it would be impossible to reach him privately without risking bringing yet more embarrassment on her in-laws. The Duchess said, "It is correct that, as I said in my texts to Mr. Knauf, the situation was putting significant pressure on my husband, both externally and by his family, and I felt strongly that I needed to do something about it. I felt that, even if my attempt to stop my father talking to the media failed, at least my husband would be able to say to his family that I had done everything I could to stop it." Meghan penned a letter to her father in August 2018, extracts of which were published in 5 articles by the Mail on Sunday and the Mail Online in February 2019. In October 2019, Prince Harry announced his wife was suing Associated Newspapers, publisher of the Mail on Sunday, Mail Online and Daily Mail, claiming these stories misused her private information, infringed her copyright and breached the Data Protection Act. Meghan won her case earlier this year when Lord Justice Warby said the publication of the extracts of this letter was manifestly excessive and hence unlawful. Giving a ruling in February, the judge said the majority of the content published was about Meghan's behavior, her feelings of anguish about her father's behavior, as she saw it, and the resulting rift between them. He added, "These are inherently private and personal matters." Lord Justice Warby also concluded he could make his ruling without the need for a full trial. Associated Newspapers is now appealing to the Court of Appeal and is arguing the privacy, copyright and data protection case involving the letter from Meghan to her father should be sent to trial.